Snips and
Tonight
I knew she was going to have, I knew she was going to say that. My pastor calls me a loose cannon. I guess he's right. Gotta look at each other. I'm Bonnie Morgan, and this is my sister, Phyllis Trapp. You want to do that again? I'm sorry.
Bonnie, tell me what you had for lunch today.
Snits and dumplings.
Is that a real answer? No. What are you going to have for dinner tonight?
Snips and dumplings. My favorite part about having a twin sister is having a buddy for life. Someone throughout your life that knows and understands you like no one else. In 1988, my sister left Northern Virginia, where we were all living at the time. I was living with my girlfriend, and she and her family moved to Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And when my sister left, there was such a void. Such a void. We were born out of wedlock, and as a result, after that, we were adopted, actually, by our grandmother and grandfather. We were raised by our grandmother, but our mother was always close by, and she brought a boyfriend over one time, and that was the first molestation. The next experience of abuse was through our grandfather. I did experience the abuse. It's not as frequently as my sister at all. In 1966, I went on a date with a gentleman who picked me up at the bus stop to take me to work. And a few nights later, he asked me out on a date, and I introduced him to my uncle. And we went on a date, we went to dinner, went to the drive-in, and at the end of the night, I was fighting for my life. He choked me, he raped me, he called me a prostitute. It was a shock. I was a virgin up until that time. And I thought I was going to die that night. I found out I was pregnant and got a legal abortion. And that really threw me into a tailspin. I felt very fearful toward men. I didn't trust them very much. I was not trying to attract men. My sister and I talked about everything else except that. About a year after the abortion, I met a lady through the printing company I worked with. We kind of clicked. We had dinner together a couple of times, and within a few weeks she introduced me to the gay lifestyle. I wanted just to be held. I really did. I just wanted to be held and comforted and protected. I wasn't thinking sexually at all, but it happened, and when it happened, I felt ashamed. But she introduced me to a whole new community that I felt I belonged in, that I felt safe with. That was what I felt in the beginning. I identified as a lesbian for 21 years. I was with many partners. I lived with 3 partners. I would move from one end of the country to the other end, back and forth. After experiencing fights, physical fights, my heart being broken, two broken people knocking up against each other. Try as hard as I would, it would never work out, and my heart was broken so many times. I was tired of it. I was very tired of it. My sister had introduced me to Christian radio and Christian music. I remember riding along with her, and she had a tape, a Sandy Patty tape. And when I heard that music, something just lifted up in my spirit, and I just said, wow, that lady, she's something else. Greg Laurie came to Northern Virginia, and November 20th, 1988, I gave my heart to the Lord. And my girlfriend was at the same meeting, and at the end of the meeting I found out she had given her life to the Lord as well. And from that day until now, I have never wanted to be in that lifestyle. I found what I was looking for, and that was peace. It was peace. At the time when I was in the lifestyle, I did feel that I was born gay. But after being out of it for 25 years and certainly looking back, I see why these feelings happened. The entire time that Bon was a lesbian, I never gave up hope. Because she is my twin, because I love her dearly. She means the world to me. You don't give up on anybody that you love.